Good morning, everyone. Paul Ruppel here with Fox 29 News Now. It is Thursday morning. We're going to take you straight away to, it's always fun to throw out the rundown right after you've written it up. We're going to take you live to an concert announcement that's about to occur at Citizens Bank Park. This is the Phillies and Live Nation announcing a concert that will occur at Citizens Bank Park this summer. Let's listen into the announcement.
Certainly is around here as we are ready to announce a great special concert coming here to Citizens Bank Park, if you'll watch the monitors.
The first stadium residency ever continues. Friday, May 24th, Billy Joel at Citizens Bank Park, the record-breaking 6th consecutive year. Tickets on sale Friday, January 11th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com or by phone. Friday, May 24th, don't miss Billy Joel at Citizens Bank Park.
Hi, it's Billy Joel here. I'd like to thank the Phillies organization for making me their first music franchise. I'm looking forward to playing my 6th consecutive year at Citizens Bank Ballpark on Friday, May 24th. We'll see you there.
Well, a music franchise, that's kind of cool, huh? It's now my pleasure to introduce a man who has been nominated by Pollstar magazine as Promoter of the Year. Please welcome the president of Live Nation, Mr. Jeff Gordon. Jeff?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, we are super excited to have Billy come back for the 6th consecutive year. It's amazing. First couple of years we did it, and Billy loves the stadium, obviously loves Philadelphia, so it's exciting to have him to establish a residency here. And as we were talking earlier, residency is where you play it over and over again, which is like exciting to have Billy to come back for the 6th consecutive year. So you never know. We can continue to do this as long as the people want to see it, and people love Billy Joel in Philadelphia. So it's awesome to be able to present that this year.
So he has a residency at Madison Square Garden. Billy is a New York guy, a Long Island guy. He was talking, I think he mentioned about how the Eagles are in the playoffs and the Giants aren't. So he wanted a residency in a city with a winning football team. Is that what you told me, I think? Yeah. So.
And he also wanted to do something bigger than just an arena.
For outside as
course,
well.
Yeah.
And residency, that he's played over 100 shows at Madison Square Garden. We don't know how many he'll play here, but it's his 6th year. And as part of that, the Phillies would like to give Billy a key.
That's a cue, actually.
Key.
Hi, Fanatic. Look at this. He has a key. How about that?
There we go.
Right on cue, the key.
His own
Fanatic, welcome.
It's key to the ballpark.
There we go. Billy's key to the ballpark.
And it fits a huge lock, too, which is really cool.
That's a key to our music hearts as well. Jeff.
Absolutely. And then as he establishes, like you said, it would be the first music franchise the Phillies have ever signed, which is super exciting. So Billy's is part of Philly and part of the Phillies as can be. So we're super excited.
And so is the Fanatic, Dave. I can see. Fanatic, you want to do the honors over there? Please, you? Yes, we know you're a big Billy Joel fan. 1, 2, 3. Please try not to knock it over, Fanatic. There we go. Very nice. Thank you. Well, thank you, Fanatic. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Dave Buck, Executive Vice President of the Phillies. And it is a special day here as the Piano Man will continue to sing us a song here at Citizens Bank Park as the first music franchise in this beautiful ballpark. Thanks for coming, everybody. We appreciate it. And now, please, if you have any questions, our folks are up here. I don't know how much you'll get out of the Fanatic today, but you can try. Yeah, I know. But if you can beat the Fanatic to the refreshments in the back, you are certainly welcome to them. Once again, thanks for coming, everybody, and a belated Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming.
Thank you.
Really appreciate the support. The key.
All right, you've been watching a live announcement of concert announcement there at Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies and Live Nation announcing that musician, pianist Billy Joel will be making his 6th straight summer appearance at Citizens Bank Park. There you see the Fanatic with the gentlemen who are making the announcement and the key to the ballpark the Phillies are giving to the rock legend. Fanatic having a little bit of fun with them. All right, got you to a live event there right at the top. We've got lots of other news for you, both local and national. As I said, let's continue with the theme of throwing out our rundown here. We'll take you to some breaking news on the stock market. The Dow Jones is taking a hit this morning. It is down about 2.4%, just about. 558 points down. The market currently sits at 22,783. Now, if you follow the business news, you may have heard late in the day yesterday that Apple had downwardly revised its anticipated revenues for the quarter. They expect revenue of $84 million from a figure up in the 90s. That shock warning that its Chinese sales are weakening ratcheted up concerns about the world's second largest economy and weighed heavily on global stock markets as well as the dollar. So the market, Apple opened 9 percentage points down, and that helped drive the market down overall as trading opened. Tech giant cutting its revenue forecast. So we're keeping an eye on the market. You see it has bounced back a little bit from session lows. It was up in the, I think as high as 680 down, if I caught that right. So we will get you the latest there. We'll continue to watch that situation. In the meantime, let's get you some local news off the top here. Let's take you to Steve Keeley's story this morning. Firefighters battled a 3-alarm fire at a home on West State Street this morning. 4 firefighters have been injured battling that blaze. Here is Steve's report from Trenton on the fire.
Fire come from everywhere, the first floor, second floor, third floor.
Just a mile down State Street from the New Jersey State House, another big house on fire. Built in 1913, renovated 25 years ago and divided into rental units. And the owner among those living here. And inside here, when fire burst through a wall and then spread fast, room to room and all 3 floors. 4 firefighters hurt, the first 2 getting burns as they raced in, getting all the tenants out safe, risking their lives, making sure to save all the other lives first.
There was a person trapped on the 2nd floor. They were able to get to that person and pull him out.
I pulled the sofa out, and fire was coming out behind the sofa. And I looked in the master bedroom, and the whole ceiling was engulfed in flames.
These houses are extremely old. The wood in there is extremely dry, and some of these houses get chopped up into smaller units to allow for other residents to live in. And it makes it extremely hard to get in there and to get to the seat of the fire.
One of the 3 Trenton firehouses is just 4 blocks down State Street, helping firefighters get here quick. Also helping this mild January weather, instead of the sub-freezing temperatures coming that turn fire hose water into ice water instantly, making the already tough work of firefighting even tougher. In Trenton, Steve Keeley, Fox 29 News. Back to you.
Thank you to Steve for that report on the firefighters. Hope they recover well from those injuries. Wish them the best there, and the families with their recovery from the blaze. This is a tragic story we brought you yesterday. Friends and family are in mourning after a head-on collision that claimed the lives of 3 people early yesterday morning. This is the Mummers who were killed in the crash on South Packer Avenue in South Philly. Here's Fox's Sabina Kuriakos reporting this morning on the latest details there.
And just days after celebrating the biggest day of the year for the mummers, there is now black bunting hanging on the sign at the South Philly String Band's headquarters. They are mourning two of their own killed in a head-on crash when another vehicle crossed the center median. Let's go to photos of the victims. This is 31-year-old Dennis Palandro, one of the mummers killed in this crash, along with his fellow string band member, 36-year-old Joseph Ferry, and Ferry's fiancée, 35-year-old Kelly Wisely. All killed when police say 29-year-old Keith Campbell of Bear, Delaware, hit their SUV as they drove along Packer Avenue around 1:45 yesterday morning. We're told that the victims were coming back after celebrating South Philly String Band's second place finish in the Mummers Parade. Now, Campbell had apparently repeatedly stabbed himself before the crash, and he now faces criminal charges as police investigate whether those self-inflicted stab wounds contributed to his crossing the center line and striking these victims head on. Another person, Dennis Palandro's wife, is fighting for her life. Herself the lone survivor among the victims of this crash this morning. She is suffering from a broken pelvis and in critical condition. Now, South Philly String Band put out a statement asking for privacy for their members and for the families of the victims involved. However, we spoke with other mummers, and here's Tom Lunis. He's of Woodland String Band, the president there, and he spoke on behalf of the mummers and told us how everybody is feeling and just reeling from this tragedy.
Just the wrong place at the wrong time, and then the person who caused it is the one who lives through it all. There's a lot more to being a mummer than sequins and feathers in a competition. It is family. It is truly family.
And take a look at this photo. This is Ferry and Wisely. They had just gotten engaged over the Christmas holiday, so ready to start their lives together, however now so tragically cut short. And there is a GoFundMe, we're told, that has also been set up as well. This is for Nicole Palandro, Dennis Palandro's wife. She, again, is the lone survivor other than the man police believe is responsible for the crash. A GoFundMe for her has raised tens of thousands of dollars. And Campbell, we are told, is facing 4 criminal charges, 4 counts of causing an accident resulting in death or bodily injury. We are at the South Philly String Band's headquarters in South Philadelphia. Sabina Kuriakos, Fox 29 News.
Thank you to Sabina for that report. One other tragic story we've been following the last couple days. This one is the death of a newborn baby. In North Philadelphia, prosecutors have charged a 15-year-old girl as an adult. They say Janie Morris put her newborn boy into the trash and left him to die. The baby was found on North Judson Street. Medics took him to Temple University Hospital, where doctors pronounced him dead. We brought you the story yesterday. This morning on Good Day Philadelphia, local attorney Shaka Johnson joined us to break it all down. Here is the conversation he had with on our air this morning.
Just horrible on every level. In North Philadelphia, the 15-year-old girl has been charged with the murder of her newborn son. And now they've charged her as an adult. That's why we're allowed to show her face.
So there she is. Her name is Janie Morris, and police say her baby was found in a dumpster on New Year's Eve. The baby taken over to Temple Hospital, where they did already realize that the child was dead. He was pronounced dead. Police think that she gave birth inside of her own home, and she was found and arrested. I think it was one of her friends had told one of her moms, and that's who had found the baby and alerted police there.
Attorney Shaka Johnson is here. Let me see if I can figure this out, why they charged her as an adult. Do they believe that the baby was not stillborn, it was alive, and then that she physically killed the baby?
Based on the reports, that is, at this preliminary stage of their investigation, they do believe that she had something to do with the baby stopping breathing.
That's why it charges murder.
That's to charge as murder.
As an adult.
And murder automatically gets a juvenile charge as an adult. That can be dealt with later. There can be a decertification process where that juvenile is then put back in the juvenile trajectory of the criminal process, the criminal justice process.
Yeah.
But for now, certain crimes automatically get you charged as an adult, and murder is certainly at the top of the food chain.
I'm glad you clarified that, because I was really surprised by this, because I think a 15-year-old girl who, obviously nobody noticed she was pregnant, didn't know, wasn't there getting any help, wasn't getting any support.
No social services, none of that stuff.
The father likely, an older guy,
you'd think.
Not in the picture.
Right.
And so this is a person that's also a victim herself. So I was surprised that she was charged as an adult, because clearly she's in this crisis.
That is clear, and crisis, Karen, is the exact word. When I heard the story, I said, look at you have a baby at home. That has to be the most traumatic of already a traumatic experience. A beautiful experience for most, but a traumatic experience for this child.
Now, I know it's all going to become clear at some point as they investigate. How did they know that the baby ended up in the dumpster? Because apparently Janie's friend knew about it?
Apparently her friend knew, so someone knew, and teenagers tend to commiserate. But the question looms large, and this is why they're doing a very deep-seated investigation. And I noticed during the press conference, one of the police officials say, we don't know if anyone was complicit. And you have to wonder, did her mother know that she was pregnant? We don't want to put that on her if she doesn't.
Did the father know?
Or the friend or somebody.
Or someone of an adult nature, right? Some interested adult party, some guardian. Did they know? And did she have the baby at home alone?
But, yeah, did she have it alone? Was the friend there? But the friend told her mom?
Janie's mom, yes. It seems that the friend told her own mother, and that person went and notified the authorities, like they were supposed to do. But there's all sorts of questions with the people who are in the immediate arm reach of Miss Morris. We have to wonder who helped, if you got any help at all. She is clearly a victim, at least on some level. And to your point, Karen, you can do things. First of all, she's charged with murder. That's just at the outset.
I think that would likely be changed.
Always be dealt with. That could always be dealt with going forward. And of course, abuse of a corpse and things like that, because of the way the baby was discarded.
I mean, it's a tragedy all around. There's just, it's absolutely horrifying. But I also do feel for that, the young girl in this situation.
And again, we say this every time this happens. Anybody pregnant, desperate, or hiding their pregnancies need to know that Pennsylvania has a safe haven law. Any parent may leave a newborn baby in the care of a hospital, emergency room, police station, fire station, without facing any charges, as long as that baby is no older than 28 days and has not been harmed.
And they're clearly marked, because sometimes people are afraid, like there's going to be cameras and they're going to get in trouble. They literally have signs at hospitals. I go into one Bryn Mawr hospital and it has a sign, this is like your baby drop-off area. You can go ahead and do it, because we know that sometimes people are in a situation they can't handle, and those services are available.
Very good information, yes.
All right, Shaka, thank you so much.
That was local attorney Shaka Johnson joining us to talk more about that case. We do have a series of updates here for you on other stories we've been following here at the station. Here is, this was actually a news story last night. Let's get that to you. Authorities have identified a New Jersey teen who died after falling off a chairlift at Blue Mountain Resort in the Poconos. Officials say 17-year-old Connor Golombiewski from Flemington, New Jersey, suffered multiple blunt force injuries after falling 37 feet from the chairlift onto the rocks below. Authorities have ruled his New Year's Day death an accident. He was a standout forward on his hockey team, the New Jersey Renegades. They posted his picture and tribute to their website. Police are investigating a series of tire slashings in Chester County. It happened early morning on New Year's Day in Wayne. People in Trenton Township woke up to find their tires destroyed. More than 130 tires were cut on 48 different cars. Surveillance footage shows a man sneaking on and off of properties in the middle of the night. Some victims are forced to pay up to $2,500 to repair the damage. A $500 reward is being offered to anyone having information leading to an arrest. Here's another story we brought you first last night on the Fox 29 News at 10. A South Philadelphia woman is pleading for help after her backpack containing something priceless was stolen. It happened shortly after 10 o'clock Tuesday night. 21-year-old Brianna McCollum was out celebrating with friends after the Mummers Parade. She took off her necklace and placed it inside her backpack. Brianna placed it on the ground and someone took it. The necklace was a locket containing the ashes of her mom, who passed away 2 years ago.
Thank God. I was so sad. I'm just trying to be positive about it because hopefully somebody will speak up or find it. That's all I have, pretty much all I have, the closest thing I have left to my mom.
The necklace is rose gold, has the word mom engraved with a guardian angel charm attached. Go to fox29.com to contact Brianna if you've seen her necklace. A Delaware County mayor is getting the boot from office after an incident that occurred 30 years ago. 54-year-old Democratic Mayor Bruce Blunt was elected mayor of Morton in November of 2017. In 1988, Blunt was convicted of a felony stemming from a bar fight in which he assaulted 3 police officers. A judge ordered him to be removed from office yesterday. The case was filed by the district attorney, who says his felony conviction prevents him from taking office. It remains unclear how Blunt was able to win the election, having served time for a felony. All right, let's take a look at weather conditions across the area. Here's a look at Ultimate Doppler. Pretty quiet at the moment, at least from the southern Delaware boundary and up. See some rain passing to our south, moving off the coast a little bit and dissipating. There were some, looking at National Weather Service in Mount Holly last night, posted that they were getting a couple of reports of light freezing rain or drizzle and or snow in the southern Poconos in northwest New Jersey. They were asking for anyone who might have had that to let them know, get some spotter reports, but nothing in our area reported. You know, let's interrupt weather. It looks like one of the incoming Democratic House members is speaking to the press. Let's listen in to the conversation here.
Obstructive. It doesn't mean that we should, it's not about defying leadership or defying the effort that's been put in the rules, but I think it's important that we have a conversation about why PAYGO should not be part of a Democratic agenda that seeks to pass Medicare for all, tuition-free public colleges, and a Green New Deal.
El cambio que muchas mujeres están trayendo, hay muchas mujeres nuevas ahora en este nuevo Congreso. ¿Qué es ese impacto que va a tener acá en el Congreso?
Bueno, yo espero cuando yo estaba una niña, a ver mujeres en posiciones de poder es algo increíble y es algo transformacional, porque cuando puedes ver a alguien que está como usted en una posición de poder y que tiene un escaño en este gobierno, eso genera genera esperanza y genera la creencia que alguien más como yo, alguien más que viene del Bronx, alguien más latina, alguien más que viene de una familia de trabajadores puede ser lo mismo. I'm not going to miss New York because New York is going to be my home forever.
Va a ser el Town Hall en Puerto Rico.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I just saw that pop onto the monitor. You see lots of activity here. This is in the halls of one of the House office buildings, I believe. That was the incoming New York representative, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She is a frequently spoken about incoming Democratic member of the House, one of 100 congresswomen who will serve in the new Congress that gets seated today. There will be a election for the House Speaker. The Nancy Pelosi, the current Democratic minority leader, is expected to win that vote. There will be numerous rules votes as well, and some initial legislation they plan to propose, and then swearing-in ceremonies for all of the incoming senators and House members. I know somebody who can give you even more information about this, and that's Fox's Doug Luzader, who joined our newscast this morning to talk about all the change that's coming to Capitol Hill this morning. let's bring you his report. He can say it best and get you caught up on all the happenings in D.C. today. Here's Doug's report.
Day after day after day, but Congress will be back at work today, and today should be probably a game changer.
Very interesting. We've got the new Congress that's coming in. It's day 13 of the shutdown right now, so maybe it's a lucky 13. Let's get down to Washington and Doug Lizette.
Doug will know. Hi, Doug.
Good morning. Well, I know this. I know this is going to be a busy time around Capitol Hill today because you have a new Congress coming. So you have veteran lawmakers returning. You have new lawmakers coming in. There's going to be an election for Speaker of the House and so on. But there is not a funding compromise yet in sight. Closed for business signs are popping up here and there around Washington. And if you're on vacation here, that's no fun.
When everything's closed, it's just annoying, and there's nothing to do now.
Well, there was something to do with the White House as the president spoke at length at the start of a cabinet meeting. He does not sound like he's giving in on border wall funding, the issue at the heart of this partial government shutdown.
Could be a long time, or it could be quickly. Could be a long time. It's too important a subject to walk away from.
The president did later meet with congressional leaders from both sides of the aisle. But Democrats think they have a strong hand here. And Nancy Pelosi was there, and she is likely to be elected as the new Speaker of the House later today. One of the first things she will do is try to pass a new funding bill without that $5 billion in wall funding the president wants.
We're asking the president to open up government. We are giving him a Republican path to do that. Why would he not do it?
But if Democrats send that bill to the Republican-controlled Senate, it will go nowhere.
The Senate will not waste its time considering a Democratic bill which cannot pass this chamber and which the president will not sign.
So there you go. We also know that the White House is going to play host to another meeting tomorrow, same as the one yesterday, with the president and congressional leaders from both parties. But it's not clear what will have changed between yesterday and today, except for the fact that there is a new Congress, and presumably Nancy Pelosi, we think, will be returning tomorrow to the White House as Speaker of the House and no longer House Minority Leader.
Hey, how soon do they take that vote for Speaker? Do you know?
It's going to be pretty early today, Mike. The House will reconvene at noon, and that's one of their first orders of business is voting on our new Speaker.
And the class photo is today or no?
Class photo may be today. They have swearing-ins, and I mean, there's a lot going on today. They may do a class photo as well. That's I'm not sure if that's happening today or not. 100
Congresswomen this time.
I know. Nicely done. How about that for change? Doug, thanks.
Doug, we'll see you tomorrow. So sometimes people say that deaths come in three.
That was Fox's Doug Lizette filling us in on the happenings in Washington today. Lots of ceremonies for the opening of the new Congress, swearing-ins, leadership votes, etc., and maybe even a group photo, as Mike Jarek was asking about. If I see any other events pop up, it looks like we have some stakeout cameras in the halls of the House office building there. We'll try and get you, or over in the Capitol, we will get you over to those as soon as possible. Probably in the Capitol. I think I said the office building earlier. Let's take another look at the stock market right now. Currently down 2 1/3 percentage points. Down 542 points overall. The market is at 22,803. The plunge today, the steep slide, came after Apple reported a slowdown in iPhone sales over the holidays in China, a hugely important market for the company. And this rare warning sent a shudder through the markets and reinforced fears among investors that the world's second largest economy is weakening. That's according to the Associated Press, which is following the fluctuations in the market here. We've had some very good days and some not very good days as well on the market the last month or so. A lot of volatility. The losses deepened after a survey of U.S. manufacturers also showed signs of weakness. So Apple not the only factor here. Multiple factors, of course, influence the markets. We'll keep following that. This was a part of our Fox Business Outlook this morning, too, that Tracy Carrasco told us about on our air this morning. And here's a report she filed with an overall look at the markets. Let me find that for you. That report seems to be missing from my my file here, so we'll do this instead. Let me get you, this is an update to a story that we just brought you last night. In Chester County, the lawyer for, the attorney for David Desper says his client did not deserve his sentence. Desper is the man convicted of the road rage shooting death that killed 18-year-old Bianca Roberson in Chester County in 2017. Desper's attorney was asking the judge to reduce his sentence of 20 to 40 years, citing his good character and no prior criminal history. Desper was just sentenced on December 13th, but we have an update for you already. The family of Bianca Roberson opposed this motion, came out publicly with a statement vehemently denying that Desper should get that sentence reduction. And this morning we have an order from the judge that says motion for reconsideration of sentence is hereby denied. That from Judge Anne Marie Wheatcraft. So Desper motion to have his sentence reconsidered has been denied by the judge, and we'll continue to follow any new developments in this case. All right, let's get you back to the weather we started to give you a few moments ago. Here's a look at the Benjamin Franklin Parkway. See the Philadelphia Museum of Art in the background. Here come the current conditions. 45 degrees outside right now. Dew point is 30. Winds out of the northwest at 15 miles an hour, so it is a little bit breezy out there. Beautiful shot of the parkway. Here's a look at Market East from our studios at 4th and Market in Old City, Philadelphia. Let's get a look at the current temperatures. Oh, looks like these are going to be a little bit outdated. I'll have to check on what's going on there. See if the forecast will be good to go for you. Looks like we do have an updated forecast, so I'll give that to you. This is the 7-day forecast from your Fox 29 Weather Authority. Morning clouds today, high of 46. PM evening shower on Friday, 48. Saturday showers around 46 for a high. Sunday partly sunny, 51. Monday mostly cloudy, 45. Tuesday a shower chance, 48 degrees. Wednesday cloudy and chilly at 42. The Weather Service National Weather Service did tweet this morning that see those two storms there that will impact the region Saturday and Tuesday. Due to some of the conditions we've had recently, the rain, especially over the weekend, that brought us above normal precipitation, they are expecting there's the potential for some localized flooding as a result of these two storms Saturday and Tuesday. So keep an eye out for, especially if you're in low-lying flood-prone areas, keep an eye out for any possible flooding that could occur with those rain events coming our way. Still not snow events. We're well above the freezing mark both of those days. 46 for a high Saturday, 48 on Tuesday. You see lows there of 36 both days. So it doesn't appear that this will, at least for most of our area, bring us any wintry precipitation, although in some upper elevations that is possible. So stay with the Fox 29 Weather Authority for the latest forecast. While we're talking weather, let's get you a look at conditions around our region. Here's a look at our weather metrics cameras. Looks like some of the wind is blowing around that Wilmington camera a little bit. You can see it shaking a little bit there as we take a live look there. I do have that business report I promised you earlier. Here's the business outlook with Tracy Carrasco. She'll be talking about a couple of topics here. The trade war between the U.S. and China has taken a bite out of Apple, and Chipotle is expanding its menu. Here's Tracy Carrasco with this morning's business outlook.
The Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P 500 all managing to finish higher on the first trading day of the year after another choppy trading session. A bombshell announcement from Apple. The company slashed its revenue forecast for the first time in 15 years because of slowing iPhone sales. CEO Tim Cook said in a letter to investors, quote, "While we anticipated some challenges in key emerging markets, we did not foresee the magnitude of the economic deceleration, particularly in Greater China." Cook adding that rising trade tensions between the U.S. and China have hurt China's economy and impacted foot traffic in Apple stores in China. Shares of Apple are on pace to drag down the Dow for the day. Chipotle announced it is now offering a new selection of so-called lifestyle bowls to accommodate keto, paleo, Whole30, and double protein diets. The bowls are made up of ingredients already available at Chipotle, and the new options will help you keep track of your diet while continuing to enjoy your favorite lunch spot. For more, log on to foxbusiness.com. In New York, I'm Tracy Carrasco.
Thank you for that report, Tracy. One more story I want to get you to. This is new into our newsroom this morning. This is a shooting that occurred in the Ogon section of the city. Let me cue up the video for you here. This is surveillance video provided to us by Philadelphia police. They say a 21-year-old male was inside the store on the 6200 block of Ogon's Avenue on December 27th when he was involved in an altercation with two unknown males. During the altercation, one of the suspects pulled a handgun and shot the victim once in his neck and once in his hip. 35th District police officers transported the victim to a local hospital where he was listed in stable condition. This video surveillance depicts the shooting and the offenders. So you can see there the suspects. One of them there has a tattoo on the rear of his neck on the left side. You can see the clothing that they're wearing as well. The non-participants are blurred out there, you see in the video. If you see these suspects, don't approach them. Contact 911 immediately, police say. To submit a tip via telephone, you can dial 215-686-TIPS, T-I-P-S, 8477. Or you can text a tip to PPD-TIP or 773-847. They also have an electronic form that you can use to submit a tip anonymously, and all tips will be confidential. So again, anyone who has information, possible information about these suspects is being urged by police to, there you see one of the suspects drawing his weapon there. Again, there's more information about making a tip if you have any information about that incident. So I want to get you a couple of those local stories in addition to the national news we're following. Looks like the stock market is rebounding a little bit. It's down 370 right now, 369. So about a little over 1.5 percentage points. We'll continue to follow that economic news. Oh, one more story I did want to share with you. This was another, Tracy Carrasco actually talked about this on our air this morning. Get you a little video of the Camden waterfront here as we talk about this. If my computer will cooperate. That doesn't seem to want to play that video. But I'll just tell you about this. According to a new study by United Van Lines, New Jersey residents fled the state at the highest rate in the country last year. The study cites that the main reason people left the Garden State was for job opportunities. Other states in the top 5 of outbound moves include Illinois, Connecticut, New York, and Kansas. Regionally, the Northeast and Midwest saw the highest percentages of departures. New England welcomed the largest percentage of new residents in 2018. Vermont saw the highest influx of newcomers last year. Other states in the top 5 of inbound moves included Oregon, Idaho, Nevada, and Arizona. The top reasons why movers flocked to Vermont was for job opportunities or to retire. So there is your Tracy joined us on Good Day Philadelphia this morning to talk about that. Another look at the Wilmington camera there. We saw blowing around a little bit in the wind. If you're going to be outside today, be aware that the gusts are up there a little bit. We saw sustained winds in Philadelphia of 15 miles an hour when we took a glance earlier. I want to thank you very much for joining us on News Now. Have a good rest of your Thursday, and we'll be back with you Friday. We're here weekdays after Good Day Philadelphia. Have a great day, and we'll see you on Friday.